Alright, here we have two rows. So you want to be thinking about what's the difference between these two rows as we read through them. Wie viel ist 5 plus 9? 14. Wie viel ist 2 plus 7? 9. Wie viel Papier hast du? Ich habe 8 Stücke Papier. Wie viel Kreide hast du? Ich habe 2 Stücke Kreide. Oder wie viele Bleistifte hast du? 30. Wie viele Kulis hast du? 60. Wie viele Schwestern hast du? 1. Wie viele Cousins hast du? 12. So, was ist der Unterschied zwischen Reihe Nummer 1 und Reihe Nummer 2? Okay, and I hope you're seeing something that's kind of obvious. Say no. We have wie viel on top every time, but on the bottom we have wie viele. So what's the difference between wie viel and wie viele? Well, this is kind of a conceptual difference, and it might be hard to grasp. So I need to think about these objects. Cousins, Schwestern, Coolies, Kreide, Papier. And when we use wie viel, it's kind of like saying how much, right? How much paper do you have? Down here, how many? How many pencils? How many sisters? And you use how many with things that sort of have their own distinct boundaries, that even though they might be different, you can still tell when there is one of them or two of them. Like sisters. It's real easy to see you have one sister. She probably has 2 arms and 2 legs, and she is a sister. You can tell that there's not 2 of them there. Even if you cut her in half, then you have one sister and a murderer, not 2 sisters. But that's not true for these top ones. If you have paper and you cut that in half, you now have 2 pieces of paper. They're smaller pieces of paper, but it's still paper. So it doesn't have its own distinct sort of boundaries up here. One way to think about it is if you need some sort of unit to count it with, like 2 pieces, or if you're thinking about like water, 2 bottles of water, 2 cups of water, then you're probably going to need how much. It doesn't have its own distinct boundaries to it. Whereas the things down here, pens or people, you can tell if that is 1 or more because it's distinct. Your cousin might be small or big, or have different attributes to them, but you can still tell the difference between 1 cousin and 2 cousins. So let's try to put this into practice a little bit. And here are some problems. Why don't you just put wie viel or wie viele? Give this a pause so you have a chance to work. Alright, so if we're looking at this, wie viel Kreide hast du? It's chalk. If you break it in 2, you break it in 3, it's still just chalk. If you find it in the ground and you dig a giant chunk out, it's chalk. There's no distinct boundary inherent in chalk. Eltern. Wie viele Eltern hast du? How many parents do you have? It's easy to tell one person from another. So then, wie viele Kinder? Same thing with Kinder. Easy to tell 1, 2, 3 children. Wie viel ist 9 minus 7? Okay, because they're just numbers, concepts, not actual things. Wie viel Papier hast du? Same as the example above. You can take 1 piece of paper and make it 2, or make it 3, or make it 4. And it's still just paper. Wie viele Tafellappen sind hier? How many erasers? Wie viel ist 3 Stücke Papier plus 8 Stücke? Und endlich, wie viele Katzen hat deine Mutter?